Welcome back to the channel, golfers. Today I'm at the Manor in Drighlington. This is a par 71 championship course. I played this once before with a friend and shot a score of 92. So looking to try and break that today. If I can get below 90, I will be very happy. So starting on the first, this is a par 4, fairly straight, around 350 yards, but unfortunately I've just sliced my drive out to the right and ended up on the next fairway. So I'm just hitting 7-iron here, trying to get as close to the green as possible. This lands just to the left of the front edge and leaves me a chip on, which unfortunately I don't quite catch particularly well, leaving me a longish putt for par. I give it a good roll, but not quite got the line, leaving me a slightly tricky putt for bogey, but I managed to drop that. On to the second then, which is dogleg left. Not very long, only 300 yards. No real point hitting driver here as the fairway sort of cambers down to the right, so it's easy to end up in the trees. So I've hit 4-iron just straight over the corner, looking to get as close as I can. This leaves me a 50-degree wedge in, and the fairway you can see sort of slopes down to the green, so I've kept this short, hoping to roll onto the green, which is exactly what happened, leaving me a somewhat achievable birdie putt. And with a little help from the pin, I managed to drop it. That's a happy man. The third is another par 4, dogleg to the left. Again, no real point hitting driver here, so I've hit a 4-iron. The line I've taken here is probably too close to the corner and left me a very tricky shot in a tough lie into the green, which I sort of chunk around the corner, leaving me a pitching wedge in, which I catch very thin, and you can see it hits the bank there and goes straight up into the air and bounces only to the back edge of the green. Very fortunate shot, that could have gone anywhere. Tough putt for par though, which annoyingly I leave quite short, leaving me another testing putt for a bogey this time, which I miss, and have a somewhat easy tap in for a double bogey. The fourth is another par 4, this one's fairly straight, nearly 400 yards long, so I'm just hitting driver as long as I can here down towards the green. I get a good roll on this one as well, 265 yards down the fairway, slightly downhill. Pleased with that one. This leaves me a pitching wedge in, which goes very well, and from where I was stood looks bang on line. Wasn't sure where it finished up, but it looked a good line. And when I got to the green, that's what I found. Another birdie putt then, second through 4 holes, which is a good start. Unfortunately I didn't manage to drop this one. I leave myself a testing par putt, which I managed to sink. So 2 over through 4 holes, I'm very pleased with that start. The fifth is a tricky par 3. You can't really go for the pin here because it's tucked behind quite a large bunker. I didn't really have the bottle for that, so I've gone right. And luckily hit the green. Quite a good connection. It's a long putt for a birdie though. Just looking to put this as close as I can. And yeah, very happy with that one. Unfortunately can't tap that in for par. And instead have to settle for a bogey on this hole. On to the 6th. This is a par 5, but no real point in hitting driver here just because of how the fairway is shaped. So I've hit 4-iron to give myself a good look down the fairway. Caught this a little chunky, and luckily just missed this bunker. So now I'm hitting 6-iron, just laying up before the green, basically just trying to give myself a nice shot into the green. That's exactly what I've managed to do. This leaves me a 50-degree wedge in. You can tell from my reaction here.
Oh, yes. That is good. I think that's really good.
He's happy with that one.
Before anyone says I don't replace my divots.
It wasn't actually as close as I thought it was, and it was quite a long putt for birdie, which I leave quite a long way short actually. And that leaves me a testing putt for par, which I don't manage to drop, and instead have to settle for a bogey. The 7th is a tricky par 3 with water down the middle. I don't catch this 8-iron particularly flush, and it just catches that front edge of the bank and bounces straight into the water.
Splash.
So it's a retake for me, 3rd shot here then, and I catch this really thin and get very lucky. It manages to cling onto that front edge of the bank. I was thinking that I was going to be taking a 3rd tee shot off there. 4th shot then is a chip towards the pin, and I thought I'd hit this a little bit past, so I wander off to get my other ball, and as I do so, that makes its way nicely back towards the pin, leaving me a nice tap in for a double bogey, which I was very pleased with considering the first shot ended up in the water. The 8th is a fairly straight par 4. I don't know why, but these seem to make me want to balloon the drives out to the right. Again, I slice this one into the trees. I get lucky with the bounce though, bounces out into the rough, and I'm able to hit 3 wood because the lie's not too bad, and just put it as close to the green as I can.
It's down there.
It's not too bad, it's front left of the green again, chipping on, and this gets a nice bounce towards the pin, giving me a look at par, which after all the scrambling I was very pleased with. And I managed to drop it, and those holes sort of feel like a birdie, so I was really pleased with that one. The 9th then is a par 5 back down towards the clubhouse. I hit this one a little bit high, and it's into wind as well, so it kills the distance a little bit annoyingly, but it's not lost, it's still in place, I'll take that. Here I'm just hitting rescue, basically as far towards the green as I can. It's just a layup. It goes quite well.
Really happy with that.
And leaves me a 7-iron in, which again I connect well with, and I think this bounces just in front of the green and rolls up.
That looked pretty good, did that?
It leaves me a long birdie putt though. Again, just looking to put this near the pin for an easy par. I'm pretty pleased with that one. And this time I do manage to clean up for par. So I shoot 42 over the first 9 holes, which is 6 over par. Absolutely delighted with that score. If I could replicate that on the back 9, 6 over that is, then I'd be looking at 12 over 71, which would be 83, which would be a phenomenal score. I do, however, have a bit of a tendency to shoot a worse score on the back 9 than I do the front 9. I don't know if anybody else does that as well. Let me know in the comments if you're a front 9 or a back 9 player. I'm definitely a front 9. But thanks for watching, golfers, and I'll catch you in the next video to see how I get on the back 9.